Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome back to another movie review. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Avengers Endgame, and as usual I'm quickly gonna go through the story of this movie to tell you in short what the movie is all about. Then I'm gonna share my opinions and thoughts about this movie, so in case you didn't watch it, one big spoiler alert across the screen, and just click away from this video or come back later if you want. If you don't want to, that's totally fine, but if you really are interested right now in my opinions and thoughts about this movie, then stay with me till the end of this video and let's get started. Alright, so Avengers Endgame is a sequel to Avengers Infinity War, and it's another Marvel movie made by Marvel Comic Books. And it follows the story of Avengers after Mad Titan Thanos collected all 6 Infinity Stones and snapped his fingers and wiped 50% of all living creatures in the universe. And now this movie starts off by showing Avengers trying to live their peaceful life with their families that they created. And, they're just doing their thing. There is still some crime in the world, even though there is only 50% of humanity left. There is still some crime and people doing bad things, so Avengers go around the world, try to stop that crime and maintain the order and peace in the world as much as they can. And they are really sad and miserable that they didn't stop Thanos from doing what he wanted, and that goes on until Ant-Man shows up with his quantum realm machine, which gives them ability to travel through the time. And that's where Avengers get a new chance to go back through the time and collect all 6 Infinity Stones before Thanos and stop him, correct what he did. And that's exactly what they do for the rest of the movie. So they make this time traveling machine with technology that Ant-Man brought to them. If you watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, then you know what I'm talking about. And they just simply go back through the time and collect Infinity Stones before Thanos did. But of course things don't really go as planned, and Thanos find out about his future and what Avengers are doing. So he gets to see his future, that he collected all 6 Infinity Stones, and he realizes that Avengers are using time machine to go back through the time and collect Infinity Stones before him. So he starts to fight again against the Avengers, and that's pretty much the whole story of this movie in short. I'm gonna say that Avengers Endgame had absolutely amazing storytelling. This movie was so great. You can see all the Earth in vines and everything is falling apart, and the world that some scenes looks really apocalyptical and abandoned because there is only 50% of humanity left, so there is no humans in those cities and there is no one to populate those areas, and of course it's gonna fall apart and everything. There is no one to take care of things, there's still Avengers, but it doesn't seem like that. They're really sad and miserable. They realize that half of universe is gone because of them, and they didn't stop Thanos. They failed terribly because Thanos beat them, and he really brought him down. Half of Avengers is even missing because Thanos snapped his fingers and just killed him simply. There is so many great and powerful scenes in this movie. So many motivational scenes, true hero stuff. I haven't seen better hero motivation than Avengers Endgame. It was really great. The way Avengers talk to each other after they realized what Thanos has done. They really are trying to be support to each other and to each other's families. Like I said, they left kind of Avengers. They're still Avengers, but they now have families to take care of. They created families, and they do get a chance to undone what Thanos has done, but they kind of don't want to, because they don't want to risk losing their family and their future because of that. They just kind of get over it, we lost, and it happened what happened. We can't change that. And that's really powerful to see. And the way time travel in this movie is shown is just pure masterpiece. I love how they explained the time travel, and at one point Avengers are like, hey, why not just go back through the time and kill baby Thanos? He never then does what he does. And then one of the Avengers explains to them why they can't do that, because they'll make paradox, and if they change past, it's gonna become their present. And there is no that many movies that have that type of explanation in time travel, and that's something I really do enjoyed in Avengers Endgame. There are also some cool details, like Banner, for example, getting his Hulk body and Banner into one. Before, Hulk would just turn green and he couldn't talk or whatever. He would just get angry and all he could say is Hulk smash and those kind of things. But now he connected Banner and Hulk into one, so he's turned green non-stop and he can talk with his Banner voice, because he connected the brain of Hulk and Banner into one. And it's so weird to see that, but in the same time it's so cool. And I don't know, that's one thing that really got my attention in this movie, and it was so enjoyable to watch Banner and Hulk in one. Tony Stark again is a mind to all of that. Ant-Man saved them by bringing the time machine, and Iron Man was the one who discovered how they can travel through the time. The first time when they brought him machine, he was like, oh no, I can't do that, I don't want to lose my family. And then later he just changes his mind and he solves the problem they had with the time machine, and he fixes it. And the scene where Captain America is fighting himself in his past, that was also a great scene. I really enjoy that, seeing all Avengers movie in one, and just seeing all the scenes from the previous Avenger movies, connected into one movie. You get all the flashbacks. Oh, okay, I watched that movie, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years ago, and it's so great to see all the scenes. And this really was the final Avengers. I don't think there is any Avengers movie after this, and seeing all the Avengers movie into one was just amazing to me, and I really do enjoy that. The storytelling was just pure masterpiece, and it really felt like true hero stuff, and it was something I really, really enjoyed. However, I thought Captain Marvel is gonna be a bigger part of this movie, but she shows up at the beginning and the end of the movie. I'm not gonna tell you what she does. I kinda expected more from her. I thought she's gonna be a bigger part of this movie, but it turns out she just shows up at the beginning and the end of the movie, which kinda sucks because I consider her as a really powerful character. But again, movie was really great. And the only downsides I found in this movie are, of course, memes all around the internet that spoiled the movie. I feel like emotions could be much better for me for this movie if I wasn't spoiled with all the memes around the internet that are just impossible to avoid. And then the thing with the action was such a pain in the ass. There was really, really huge lack of action. There is almost no action in Avengers Endgame except the final fight and some in-between fights somewhere in the middle of the movie. You really get to see few fights in this movie. So I really feel like they wanted to orient on the emotions of Avengers between each other, and seeing all Avengers again unite was just amazing. If you watch Captain America Civil War, then you know that Avengers turn against each other, and now they're like, okay, Thanos screwed us, we need to unite if we want to make this correct. And just accepting each other into one community again, just teaming up again, was great to see, and it really touched my heart. I can say it was really true hero stuff. And if you're a fan of Avengers and Marvel Universe, I totally recommend you to check out Avengers Endgame. It's a great movie. It really is a great storytelling. Just the only downside is just lack of action. I'm used to a lot of action in Marvel movies, and Avengers Endgame barely had any action, and I had really huge problem with that. I expected much more fighting, much more action, just like Infinity War had. This is just completely different story. Endgame is completely different story. It's more based on storytelling, which was 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Just they really hit you with emotions and everything. But if there was no these memes, I bet it would be 10 times better for me. Alright, so I think I said everything I wanted about Avengers Endgame. It was my huge wish to watch this movie for a long time. I know I'm really late with a review of such a huge movie like this. The most iconic movie of 2019, and it's a movie that made more money than any movie ever in history of movies. And I can say that it definitely deserved that, because storytelling was just pure masterpiece. But again, I got a job now and girlfriend, and I'm focused on some other things in my life now. YouTube is just, again, place where I come to relax, and here is my review for Avengers Endgame, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then go ahead and leave a like, share, comment, or subscribe if you want. If you don't want to, it's totally fine, you don't have to. Also, you can join my Chris Facebook group. I post all kind of stuff over there. Link is down below in the description, together with my as.fm, where you can leave any questions if you have any questions. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I love you, and I'll definitely see you in the next videos. Chris out.